Okay, everybody. Good morning. Today's Under the Hood, Paradise, or Nottingham, I would suppose, lost. Maga's Achilles heel. Over the years, like I said, they've had 50 years to work their games on people's minds and thoughts and ideologies, religion, politics, so on. In the process of all this, the grassroots movement, they implemented serfs and lords mentality, which gave pretty much sheriffs lordship over the populace to decide who they would investigate for criminal wrongdoing, who just pretty much decide if they wanted to, based on religious and political ideology, if they would even pursue crimes, investigation in crimes against people that weren't in MAGA, right? So that was your grassroots movement, along with local politicians and even district managers and all that, same thing. So that's what I've been going through all these years. That's why I'm calling all this fascist and telling you that you live under a fascist regime. We live in the old Nottingham, where sheriffs have all power. And that's just not right. They are elected officials, elected at the pleasure of the people to serve all people, not a particular religion or ideology. We went through all this. And what I have noticed, if you looked at my post this morning, and I did about 5 or 6, and I did a Bible study on it, where this is all connected to prophecy. A lot of the MAGA are disappointed, fell out of it. Just not that they're going to change over to the left or anything else, because now they're just disappointed and not going to vote for anybody. They're exhausted, paying too high prices. It's not getting any better. I'm not even sure, because of all the geopolitical things going on, that we will get a oil crashed. But how long is it going to crash? Because the Iran deal is getting worse, and Israel News reported this morning, ITV 27-24, that the Arab nations was forming their own NATO. So you see what happened with the SWIFT system's demise. Now we have all the nations doing their own security, their own alliances. And I'm going to tell you, that's the people in the United States' fault. Come on, you're not going to stand here. For what they did. Our leaders didn't prepare for this. They knew it was coming. And instead, they were planning on taking power, using a UN resolution for peace in Gaza to try to do a hostile takeover of the United Nations and run the world with a so-called board of peace. But the nations was already leaving the US dollar. Was already cross-border trading with digital yuan and other currencies, and BRIC was already established. And when the US did that, it encouraged them to go ahead and go all out with the digital platform. And that's why the US debt was exposed to be the danger it was. They quit buying it. They no longer needed the dollar to do cross-border trading, and the currencies they had were much faster. So the United States answer was just a paperback Bitcoin, and gold, and it's just more debt. I mean, it's not, that's what the nations are selling out. That's why inflation's kicking and people can't afford to go get groceries. They can't afford to go out. They can't afford to do anything. Gas too high, grocery too high. And it really doesn't look like an end in sight. The only way there'd be any relief at all is a total collapse of oil prices. And, well, war raging? I don't think so. And even if it did, you see the last time, it took how long to get a little bit of break? I don't even know what it is to pump. I hadn't been out, I don't go out that much. But that's what's going on. Now, all these local offices are in jeopardy because the people, see, they had in Buffalo for a long time. Them Democrats, they the devil. They're the ones that causing the problem. Now they're looking, they're saying their local politicians are dealing with huge corporations, and they know what's going on. I mean, MAGA knows what they're doing out here. And the thing about MAGA is some of them have to brag about what they do to people that they shouldn't be talking to. And that gets around faster than what they do. So all this is coming to a head. And I imagine if we make it to elections because of the economic situation with the debt and everything, if we make it to the election, there's probably going to be a lot of local surprises. Especially when people say, well, the elite is who I'm supporting. They're working with shadow security, all these flock cameras, all these things that I've been against all these years. That's who I'm supporting. And that's when we're going to see the change. And they're seeing it already. Like I say, in the grocery store now, I pass people and they just shake their head at the prices. They know, I pretty much know I'm not mad. I think everybody around here everybody, especially my enemies, know who I am, know what I look like, know what I drive, and a whole lot more things, right? So, that's pretty much the gist of that. And I'm calling it Nottingham lost because it's not that they're going to swap over and vote for the left. It's just they're not going to vote at all. Okay, guys, next video.